The Church of the Subgenius is this thing put out by Viacom back in the 80s. It's run by this guy who calls himself Stang. Stang and his wife practice the religion of paganism. Stang's father is a Shriner Freemason. Stang was sent to very expensive and exclusive private prep schools growing up. Stang and his wife sponsor these satanic pagan gatherings called Starwood and Winchester. Note the Satanist pentagram references. They have these gatherings at the same place, where Stang has X Day, which is supposedly some satirical gathering, but actually mimics the Satanist rituals that they have for Starwood and Winchester. They end with a big bonfire, etc. What Stang does is use social pressure tactics to get people to engage in disgusting rituals like blood wrestling. He's an old guy, and he uses his former prestige to pressure people into taking brain-damaging neurotoxic drugs made by his friend Shulgin. Him and his associates use peer pressure tactics to get young women and men to destroy their brains with chemical neurotoxic weapons. Once people are there at X Day, under the guise of just a wild party with bands etc., Stang and or his associates try to isolate certain people, and try to groom them to attend the other more hardcore Satanist events like Winchester and Starwood. Stang says shit like, hey, if you enjoyed X Day, there's this other really cool party here called Starwood. They have really cool workshops, and drum circles, and all kinds of cool events. You ought to check it out, man. Once Stang gets them to Starwood, that's where the real hardcore attempts to get people to worship Satan begin. At Starwood and Winchester, they have workshops on how to worship the Horn God. Literally can't make this shit up. Check their website if you don't believe me. So that's how Stang and his other OTO Lodge brothers and sisters use the Church of the Subgenius as a comical front to get people to the places where they hold the pagan events, then to get people to participate in a quasi-pagan event like X Day, which acclimates them to go to a real hardcore Satanist event like Starwood, where they outrightly worship Satan.
He's been doing this for how many years? I'm gonna start scanning some archives.
Stang is a really sick dark character in so many ways. Another thing he does that reveals what a complete sick dark nihilistic satanic character he is that he calls the two Jewish boys who committed the Columbine mass murder saints. In Stang's Viacom-sponsored Church of the Subgenius, he has a calendar with the supposed saints of the church. Two of the saints are the two Jewish boys who committed the Columbine murders. So Stang, in a way totally characteristic of Satanists like himself and his father, glorifies mass murder of innocent Christians.
Well, it's not like you have a family or friends or a career or an education or regular internet access. You have been doing what you can to fight the good fight.
What is worse is his two lackeys, Joe Cosby and Ed LeBond. What a loser that Joe Cosby is.
Well, thank you for your input, Mr. Alcandor. But this is just a zoning board hearing.